Welcome to the Isle of Raasay Distillery. My name's Craig, I'll be your tour guide today. Now I know in these uncertain times it's a bit hard for everyone to make the journey up to the distillery itself, so instead, being such a nice day here on the island, we thought we'd bring Raasay Distillery to you. So welcome to the first virtual tour of the distillery. Now, Raasay Distillery itself was founded in 2017 by our two co-founders, Bill Dobby and Alistair Day. Now, to make whiskey, you need basically three main ingredients, okay? You need your water, you need your barley, and you need your yeast, okay? And what you'll do with that is you'll take your water, you'll mix it with your milled barley, you'll produce a sugary water, you'll then take that sugary water, you'll add the yeast to it, that'll ferment and produce your alcohol, okay? What you'll then do is you'll take that sort of, it's almost like a rudimentary beer, and then what you'll do is you'll distill that twice to produce the spirit for our whiskey, okay? Now I mentioned that the first thing we need there is water. What we do have is this beautiful Jurassic era sandstone. Now this is the predominant bedrock that we have here at the south end of the island. And the great thing about it is it's porous, so it holds a lot of water. It's basically a big sponge. So that's where we actually source all of our water from. Okay, we go through about 9,000 litres of water each batch that we do. But then we've also got this black layer of volcanic basalt, and the volcanic basalt is really rich in minerals, and those minerals leach into the water. So it means that the water that we actually have here on Raasay is a really high quality water, and the first thing you need in making good whiskey is a good water, okay? And what we'll do is we'll shoot on outside, okay? We've talked about the water, and we'll go and have a look at the rest of our production. So if you follow me out here, we'll enjoy the sun that we have today. Don't worry, I have got my sun cream on, okay? You don't want to get at risk of getting a tan. Now across from us we've got Skye. First of all, the sort of smaller hill is Braes. On our left, the big predominant one that we have here is Glamig, and then between the middle, you've got all the way through to the Coolin Ridge, okay? But closer to home, across here, we've got our distillery. Now, the building that we have here is called Borradaile House, and Borradaile House was a Victorian era building, and it actually serves as our hotel, okay? So if you do fancy coming and staying for a little bit longer than just a tour and a few drams, you can actually come and stay with us. So we've got 6 rooms, but they're attached onto our distillery. So the big golden building that we have here is our reception, and then through into the distillery side of things as well. So if you follow me through, we'll actually go and have a look at our production. Now I can't guarantee that the weather will be this good when you come. We'd like to say that we get 4 seasons in a day here on the islands. I mean, sometimes it's 4 seasons in a morning. So just be prepared and dress appropriately. Now, just before we go up into the distillery, talk a little bit about the barley that we have here at the island. But we do actually have our own barley fields on the island. Now, when we do a batch, we require 1 ton of barley. We do 2 patches per day. We produce for 5 days of the week. So in theory, we're going through 10 tons every week. This is our barley that we have here at the island, okay? It's a lovely, it's already been malted, okay? And we do 2 different types of barley during the year. We do a peated barley at the start of the year, dried using peat here, and that peatiness gives a real smoky quality to the barley. And then at the end of the year, we do an unpeated barley. Okay. Now, once you get the barley, we take it through the mill. It falls through the mill and is basically milled into what we call the grists. Okay, and this is what the grists look like. Okay, it's basically, like I said, just the milled barley. Now, that milled barley, okay, we break that down each time we do it. We require 1 ton of barley. We then take this mixture, okay, we pipe it up through the green tube, and it falls into the mash tun in the next room. So we'll have a look at that. Now, the mash tun is basically the mixing bowl of the distillery, okay? So if you can come and have a look in here, okay? We're not doing a mash today, so it means that we can get in about and look at everything and how it works. So at the back there's a pipe where the barley comes through and it's combined with water, okay? It then comes through here and is mixed, and at the bottom there's basically a sieve. Okay, so when we're ready, once we've had that 9,000 litres of water coming through, we'll drain that off, okay? That sugary water, or the wort as it's called, will then come through the pipes beneath us, and it'll be added into one of our 6 washbacks, okay? Now once we've drained the water off, you're left with the empty carcass of the barley in the mash tun. Now this is called the draft, okay? And the draft's actually really good for livestock feed. So here on the Isle of Raasay Distillery, what we do is we actually put it into a trailer out the back and we give it to the local crofters. Now, they use that to feed their cattle and their sheep through the winter, keeps them happy, keeps them involved in the distillery, keeps us happy as well. Most of the people that work here are related to them as well. It's sort of one of these things that you kind of have to do. But then what we do is once we've had that, we then have to add our yeast to start the fermentation. Now, after it's fermented, we'll then drain it off and we'll take it on through to our stills. And this is the beautiful copper stills that we have, okay, made in Italy. And like I said, they're all made from copper. It's basically like a big kettle. So that fermented mixture comes into the still. It's a big heating element at the bottom that heats up the mixture to the point where it evaporates up through the swan neck. And as it comes down, it condenses to form what we call the low wine, okay? And the low wine you can see in the sample safe here. Now the low wine is very sort of still, it's not quite alcoholic enough to turn into whiskey, okay? It's quite a lot of impurities in there as well. You can sort of see in the sample safe it's still a bit dirty, okay? So what we have to do is we take that low wine and we take that, we drain it off and we add it into our spirit still, okay? Now the spirit still slightly smaller than the wash still, just because there's a slightly less volume going in there. We then heat it up. Again, it's the same design. Big heating element at the bottom, heats up the mixture to the point where it evaporates up through the swan neck, and as it comes down, it condenses to form our spirit, okay? And this is the spirit coming through here. Now, when you do a distillation, you call it doing a run, okay? Now, there's three parts to the run. There's the head of the run, the heart of the run, and the tail of the run. Now, we're not interested in taking the head or the tail, okay? But the stuff that we do want is the heart of the run, okay? We take only a very premium cut of the heart of the run. And the heart of the run is the stuff that will basically, our spirit that we'll turn into our whiskey, okay? So that gets pumped up to our warehouse at the back, where we'll then put it into a cask, okay? And everything that we've made so far is being matured here on the island, okay? We're really passionate about trying to keep as much here on Raasay as possible. So when we come to bottle our first whiskey at the end of the year here, it will be all bottled here on the island as well. And you can order that online for delivery in time for Christmas 2020. Now, we also did make a gin here at the island. Gin was made using our lovely gin basket that we have. So we've added a little bit of orange and a little bit of a lemon peel in there, and also a little bit of a rhubarb root. So it adds a real sort of citrusy, really fresh note to the gin. It actually makes it dangerously palatable to drink neat. So bottling at 46%, you have a few of those and you're feeling a wee bit tipsy by the end. Now, that's everything we've got to show for you today at the distillery. So hopefully you like what you see, and hopefully in the future we can sort of see you. You can come and join us here, and hopefully able to enjoy the beautiful view that we have here as well. Thank you very much.